So I got tickets to Oprah. We ended up getting really good seats, front row, but not front row center, like front row on the left. But anyway, I'm a huge Oprah fan. I've been watching Oprah since I was in the 4th grade. So when she came in, I was freaking out. Like everybody's like, you know, she walks in and there's like crowds, the audience on either side. And I just went like, oh my gosh. Like I was about to start crying just seeing her walk in. So she comes over to me, gives me a hug, like out of the crowd. Like, and I was like, my life is done. I'm made. So since she hugged me, obviously now we're best friends. So she goes to sit down. I could literally reach out and touch her if I wanted to. She was that close because I was on the front row. And so that day was her birthday. So everyone was super excited. We were the second show of the day. The first show of the day got birthday cake, the celebration, a free hotel stay or something, and like a couple of free things. We were the second show of the day. We got a child molester show. So so they came out and was like, it's Oprah's birthday, but you know, this is gonna be classic Oprah, what you guys love Oprah for, educating you, informing you, and it's child molesters. And everybody was like, I thought y'all had cake earlier, like, yeah. So it did end up being super helpful. Like I cannot even tell you how often I use all those child molester tips, because there was like a lady who worked to rehabilitate child molesters, and they had a bunch of child molesters on, and they all talked about grooming, a bunch of stuff that we know now, but that we didn't know back then. Anyway, so she's sitting there, she's telling us about her birthday and about how Jamie Foxx sent her this bust of Sojourner Truth and how she got a new puppy and all these different things. And so I am an Oprah expert and obsessed. Like, she is my best friend, so I know all these facts about her. So she was like, you know, yeah, I got a new pup and here's a picture of it and it's speckled. And I said, oh yeah, like Tish Hooker said, you know, like you're cuter than a speckled pup. And since I'm close to her, when I say stuff, she could really hear it. So she was like, yeah, it is like that time, Tish Hooker. Well, I'll tell y'all that story because like people didn't know that. Of course, I know that story because I'm an obsessed Oprah friend. So she told them the story of Tish Hooker, blah, blah, blah. Her husband was running for governor. She came to see Oprah. I mean, she came to Oprah's church, and Oprah was in like 2nd grade, and she told Oprah, you're so beautiful with those bee-stung lips, and you're cuter than a speckled pup. And Oprah had never had anybody call her beautiful before. So she went home and looked at herself in the mirror and, you know, saw herself differently, whatever. So throughout the whole, and this is before the show starts, she's just chatting with the audience. I just keep saying little stuff like that. Like, oh yeah, that's like the time, you know, when you was in high school and then such and such happened. And she would just be like, yes, it was. But like, then she'd have to explain to the audience, you know. So anyway, so it was quite obvious that I knew a lot about Oprah and was like an Oprah lover. And so anyway, when the show was over, she got up, you know, stand up to leave. And I was standing so close to her, everyone stands up and gives her a standing ovation. And I was like, can I just get a picture? You know, I'm really close before she walks out. Didn't even answer me. She just puts her arm around me and we start to walk out. And she starts to just like conversate with the audience. You know, people are asking different questions. She's like, oh, such and such is here in the audience. She was on our show last year. I don't know if you guys know her, da 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 da, and blah, blah, blah. And the whole while she got her arm around me like we best friends, because we best friends. And then she's like, oh yeah, such and such, this and da da da. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she got her arm around me. This is happening. So then we turn. She does this for like 5-6 minutes because she's answering questions and talking to people and blah blah. So we go to walk out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just so excited. And you know, what are we gonna do without you? Because she had just announced that the show was ending. And, you know, where are we going to get all our knowledge, and who's going to tell us about fistulas? And if you don't know about fistulas, you're not a real Oprah fan. And she was like, no, you'll be fine because the network is going to be rolling out. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff with the network and blah, blah, blah. So we were just kind of talking back and forth. So we finally she's walked me backstage, and we're at a certain area, and there's George. He's our photographer. He's been taking, you know, pictures for forever. So George is there, and she's like, George is going to take our picture, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I'm still talking to her because it's Oprah, you guys. And George finally says, you guys stop talking because I can't get a good picture. And you see in my picture, my eyes are like. So anyway, we finally get the picture. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You know, there's like a control room, you know, where all the producers are and stuff. And she's walking to the control room. I'm just like, oh, it's just thank you. And she is walking to leave. She turns around and she goes, no, Kay, thank you. Ah, we did. How am I alive today? I was just like, Oprah had thanked me. Anyway, one of the greatest days of my life. Super exciting. I've been watching Oprah since I was in the 4th grade. So you can just imagine the huge impact she's had in my life. I'm obsessed with her still. But that is my Oprah